I'm Rob, and you're watching another episode of Newswatch at Higher Level Gaming. We have a lot of great news for you from the past few days, so cozy on up next to the Christmas tree and let's talk some video games. And as always guys, if you enjoy this video, shoot us a like and subscribe for more videos just like this one. In our first story of the day, we were talking about some much needed holiday cheer coming at us from the big bad evil guy, the Grinch of the games industry. That's right, Tim Sweeney himself. We're talking Epic Games. The Epic Games Store has announced alongside their big holiday sale this year, they're going to be giving away 12 free games. Wow. Now usually, if you're not aware, Epic Games gives away a free PC game on a bi-weekly basis, so you can get one free game every 2 weeks or fortnight. I see what you did there. But for the holiday season, they're going to be pumping out those free games every single day. Now, there's been no announcement as to which games they will be giving away, but the first game they're going to start giving away on a daily basis will start on the 19th, which is in just a couple days now. Now, I know a lot of gamers have kind of a thing about the Epic Games Store. They don't trust them. They think that they're a greedy company and they're ruining PC gaming, and they really usually are fans of Steam and they want their games to have all the features that they get with Steam, so they don't like the Epic Games Store. But if we just take a look through my library, I've gotten all these games except for 2 for free from Epic. Now, I haven't played most of them, as you can see, but I have played a few. I actually have played Slime Rancher. That was a great game. Abzu was also pretty fun. I got Celeste for free from the Epic Games Store. I also got Subnautica from them, even though I had already beat Subnautica, but that was honestly one of my favorite exploration games. So if you haven't given them a try, you know, what's the harm in making an account? All you gotta do is go sign up for an account with Epic Games and get yourself some free games for the holidays. Treat yourself. Right now, Epic is currently giving away The Wolf Among Us, and it was announced at the Game Awards that there will now be a sequel to The Wolf Among Us being brought to us by a reorganization of the once dead Telltale Games. Telltale fell apart a little over a year ago, but they have come back together and are now working on a second game for The Wolf Among Us, which was their first big game and it was very highly regarded. I haven't personally had a chance to play it yet, but I think I will be trying it out. The game was a modern take on classic fairy tales, and it's a choose-your-own-adventure game like all of Telltale's games. And in fact, I'm pretty sure their name, Telltale, comes from the fact that this is old school fairy tales in The Wolf Among Us, and that was their first big game. Now, the new game is actually coming from a new studio called Ad Hoc, but they are working with several Telltale employees, including the lead writer and narrative director, Pierre Charette, and game directors Nick Herman and Dennis Leonard. They also scored the original composer and the original voice actors for Bigby and Snow White. The Wolf Among Us 2 is currently in pre-production, but you can head on over to the Epic Games Store and pick up the original to play through before that game comes out. The PlayStation Classic was arguably a commercial failure and a critical one, as many people said that the games run poorly and not as well on their initial release on the console. However, if you want to get yourself the classic micro console, you can get it for $20 from GameStop for their holiday game sale. It's only $30 at retail currently, but saving $10, $20 for 10 classic games, it's not a bad deal. It's also kind of a cool paperweight. Now, unfortunately, they included PAL versions for many of the classic games, so they're only able to run at a 50 Hz refresh rate, which means you're not getting a 60 FPS experience. That's important for many people, but you can get games like Final Fantasy VII, Metal Gear Solid, Rayman, and Twisted Metal, all their original versions with this PlayStation Classic. You can also see the list here of all the games included for $20 this holiday season. maybe not a bad idea as a gift if you know any retro gaming fans. The last deal we're going to talk about today is a discount for the annual subscription to Apple Arcade. Now, if you haven't tried out Apple Arcade, or if you think phone games are dumb, you might want to reconsider, because all of the games included in Apple Arcade are free of abusive monetization practices and are all around good games designed to be as they would on any other console or platform. It's currently $5 a month for the subscription with access to dozens of phone games. But you can now get a year-long subscription for $49.99, so that's saving you about $10. Obsidian Games took to their forums to thank everyone for the praise and critical reception they've received for The Outer Worlds and for their nominations at this year's Game Awards. They said, "To all those who voted for us in the Game Awards, you are all fantastic and we are so grateful for your support. The reception to The Outer Worlds has been unbelievable to see, and even just being nominated means a lot to us. However, the journey isn't over yet, as we are excited to announce that we will be expanding the story through DLC next year. Details will be made available at a later date." So we're gonna be getting more Outer Worlds. And personally, I really like it when developers take their time with the DLC, when they don't announce the DLC as soon as the game has released, and when it doesn't feel like it's been cut out of the main game. This is DLC that now they're starting to work on after the game has received so much praise and goodwill, and I think that shows that they care about giving us a game that's not only profitable for their company, but also enjoyable for us to play. So good on you guys at Obsidian. And we have now received the first official trailer for the first PS5 exclusive, and it's coming to us from Gearbox of all people, the same company that brought us Borderlands 3 earlier this year. We must note, we still have yet to receive an actual trailer for the PS5 itself, so it's interesting that we're getting a look at one of the games that's going to be exclusive before we actually see the console. Basically, they probably rushed this out in response to the Xbox Series X being announced. Gearbox describes the game as a third-person fantasy looter-slasher focused on melee combat. Now, we've seen a lot of looter shooters, we've never seen a looter slasher before, so I'm kind of interested to see how this game is gonna work out. Also, I'm looking forward to wherever the PS5 first party games are hiding. Come on now, Sony, give us something to go off of. Also, I don't know about you, but the graphics weren't as impressive as I was expecting for the next generation. They honestly just look like a good looking game of this generation. They're gonna need to come out with something truly spectacular looking to convince everyone, okay, we've taken this next step forward with this next console generation. Honestly, even Hellblade 2, which Xbox revealed at the Game Awards, looked better than this game if you ask me. Godfall will be coming to the PS5 and exclusively to the Epic Games Store holiday 2020. In another out-of-the-blue game announcement, we've got a short teaser trailer for a game called Prologue from the creator of PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds by Brendan Greene. Unfortunately, the trailer was very short and there wasn't a lot shown off at all. So as to what this game will be about, we'll have to wait and see. Now, another game revealed at the Game Awards was a new Dungeons & Dragons game, Dark Alliance. That's not the only D&D video game currently in development. We also know that Larian Studios, who made the Divinity series, is currently working on Baldur's Gate 3. And Wizard of the Coast president Chris Cox said that they are currently working on 7 or 8 D&D games. He said to GamesIndustry.biz, "We want each and every game to have a point of view and to really keep on just a couple of things and do it really, really well. What you don't want to do is have every game in the franchise try to do the same thing and to try to do everything at once." He went on to say, we want to open up the narrative possibilities, the character development, open up the level of problem solving and combat opportunities, the thrills that players can be able to experience. And they said they're going to be doing this across a variety of genres. But every single game that they are working on will feature a single player experience. And as he says, there are literally thousands of books, hundreds that are bestsellers for them to build upon for Dungeons & Dragons video games. I've personally always wanted to play Dungeons & Dragons, I just don't know anyone who's into that kind of thing, so I'm looking forward to being able to play these games. Well, there you have it, guys. We've got some holiday deals and discounts you can get your hands on, and some games that are coming in the near future that you can't get your hands on yet, but you will be able to in the next year or so. We hope you enjoyed this gaming news update and want to remind you to like this video and subscribe to the channel to always find out when we post videos just like this one. We also do gameplays and especially focus on politics in games. And if you do subscribe, don't forget to hit the bell to always get notified when we post a new video. Above all else, guys, don't forget to go play some video games and have a nice day.